she was talking about she was talking about oh she has like she's an accountant and she's talking about a bunch of stuff about business. I told her, yes, it's great. Money is not happiness. You want to have time for your family. And here on my paper, even Gary Keller is saying it. Like you can see it on my poster. It says God, family, and business. The reason why I said God is because her kids are in the Catholic school. So she said, "Wait, you have God on your paper?" I said, "Yeah, here you can have it." So she said, "Wow, anyone who's willing to put God in their own companies is a great." Like I called Victoria after, like I had such a great time. She told me she's gonna give me a response today on whether because she want to sell it by herself. But she said you gave me a reality check, like, but I expect her to sign the contract anytime this week. But I just wanted to share that it was a great time, and it was
That
my
was
first appointment.
that was amazing. That was incredible. We could just stop right now and that could be today's call, Ryan. That was absolutely incredible. So everybody pay attention to this. We've got 58 people on the call, Ryan. How long have you and I been working together, Ryan? How long have you been with Keller Williams?
I've been with Keller. I signed the contract exactly 31 days from ago.
So
But
31,
yeah,
30,
31 days.
31 days, guys.
Yes.
31
I
days.
started making
Yes.
calls
And
last week.
this young man, how's he doing for 31 days? Corey Edwards, what do you think? Oh my gosh. And
Love it. Love it.
Me too, man. And to have the confidence to get on this call and have this conversation in front of 58 experienced real estate agents at all different levels. Corey Edwards sells 150 homes a year. And Ryan, you've got an incredible future. I am so proud of you.
Yeah, so can I just say that, you know, working with Ryan is an absolute pleasure. He really has that inner confidence, you know, just talking to him about, you know, making calls and everything. He really just gets out there and just makes the calls. Just focusing him on the appointments was really just kind of the key. And when we worked on the CMA on Friday, that was really important. Him finding the story in the numbers to have that clarity on the appointment was huge for him. And he's just a go-getter. You are fierce, Ryan.
100%. I couldn't agree more. 100%. Wow. All right, it is 8:13. Let's get started. I want to talk to you about what's on my list to do today. We're going to be on page 102, and we're going to talk about the virtues of seller listings. Now, before I do that, I want to go back to the conversation we were having last week. We were talking about 6 personal perspectives. And the 6th perspective is accountability. So I was having a thought as I was on my walk this morning, what would accountability look like on this call? So I've got ideas. Sometimes my ideas are good, sometimes they're not. The good news is I'm not afraid to try them and look bad. So here we go. What if once a week or once a month, you reported how many listings you've taken in the last 30 days in the chat? Just put your name and the number of listings you've got. And if it's 0, put 0, because that's accountability, right? 100%, correct? And if you know people are watching, you're going to be more accountable to the activity. You're going to be more accountable to the result. There's 850 market centers in this company. 850 OPs see my numbers every month. 850 team leaders see my numbers every single month. And everybody at Keller Williams Realty International sees my numbers every month. So if you guys are cool with that, I'm cool with that. And it would be cool to see how we do as a group. Okay, so on page 102, and Victoria, if you'll remind me just to save the chat at the end, because sometimes I forget.
I will.
The many virtues of seller listings. Number one, seller listings mean marketing opportunities. When you get a seller listing, you got to put a sign in the front yard. Simple enough, right? And people are going to call on that sign. My wife and I were having a conversation over the weekend, and we were talking about what was our number one lead source when we were running the Dietz team. Well, believe it or not, it was this silly thing called Arch Telecom. And Arch Telecom was a system where people could call a 1-800 number for recorded information on the property. Then when they called for recorded information on that property, it would send everybody on my team a text message with the name and phone number of the person who just called. And we would get anywhere from 15 to 20 of those calls every single day. 15 to 20 text messages every single day. And that would give us an opportunity to call back immediately and say, hey, this is John Dietz with Keller Williams Realty. I see that you just called for information on 123 Main Street. This is a courtesy call to see if you got all the information you were looking for. And what did the recording not include? Price. So what was the most common question we would get? What's the price? How much is the house? Well, Valerie, that home was listed at $450,000. Is that in your price range, or did you have another price in mind? And then we would just get right into our buyer scripts. And we would convert calls to buyers who would buy homes from us. We would also convert those into listings because who else is calling? The neighbors are calling. And I think we spent about $80 a month on that. $80 a month, and we would close 3-4 homes every month, at least, just from Arch Telecom. So when you get listings, it's an opportunity for you to market. It's your number one source of marketing. Number two, you have more control of your time. If you are working with 5, 6, 7 A buyers, an A buyer is somebody who's going to buy a home in the next 30 days. You are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, full time, showing homes, writing offers, and negotiating contracts, which is cool. You're also going to be at your buyer's beck and call. They call you Saturday morning, hey, I just saw a home that I like, I want to see it. Cool, we're going to go look at it today. Now, I can handle 15 to 20 listings every single month if I'm leveraged, if I've got the right systems in place, and I can handle 15 to 20 listings every single month, and I control my time. I can choose not to work weekends if I want. And I can do more deals in less time because I'm working seller listings. Number three, seller listings maximize your per hour compensation, which is exactly what we were just talking about. Number four, in our experience, a highly focused, highly leveraged real estate agent can work with 15 to 25 seller listings per month. There you go. Number five, with seller listings, you are on the front end of pricing, which translates to an intimate knowledge of the market. How well do you know the market? If you're going on 2, 3, 4 listing appointments a month and you're running market updates, you're doing CMAs 10, 15, 20 times a month, you're going to get to know the market really, really well. Number six, properly marketed seller listings bring you more business. Because of the multiple marketing opportunities that are part of listing process, we found that on average, one well-marketed listing will generate one serious buyer who buys. Should also generate at least one more listing. Now, how can you generate more seller listings? So I want you to get a piece of paper. And at the top of the paper, I want you to write 250 times 20 equals 5,000. Now, underneath that, I want you to
John?
write, yes.
John, is 500, right? 250 times 20? Or is my math wrong?
It's 5,000.
5,000, okay.
Yeah. It's 5,000 conversations. So everybody here has been in bold. Everybody knows that in bold we learn the daily contact metric is 20. I'm just taking it out for you over a year and telling you if you worked 50 weeks, 5 days a week, you're going to work 250 days. If you have 20 conversations every day, that's 5,000 conversations. Now, the purpose of every conversation, I want you to write this underneath the first bullet point that I gave you. The purpose of every conversation is to build relationships. We're making care calls, not sale calls. The next note that I want you to write is the focus is appointments, referrals, and grow your database. Focus is appointments, referrals, and grow your database. My standards are 1 face-to-face appointment every single day. Ryan scheduled a face-to-face appointment because he was making calls. Now, my standard that I want you to aim for is 1 face-to-face appointment every single day with someone who is thinking of selling their home or thinking of buying a home. Remember, I don't care if it's next week, 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now, because a year from now, you're going to be listing homes. Add 1 person to your database every single day. Every single day, have conversations with people. Hey, Dave, my name is John Dietz. By the way, I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty. I like to keep my friends and family members updated on the market. And what that means is I send them interesting information on the real estate market once a month, and I call every 3 or 4 months just to check in. Would it be okay if I added you to that group?
Sure.
Yeah, there's 1. That's 1 a day, which means a year from now, I've added 250 people to my database. Now, can I have that conversation with someone in line at Starbucks? Yep. I can have that conversation with a neighbor. How many of you can name all of your neighbors around your home? If I said, take the 8 homes that are closest to yours and tell me what their names are. Could you do that? You know, most people would say no. Most people couldn't name one of them. Introduce yourself. Hi, Ryan. My name's John Dietz. I'm a real estate agent with, okay, you know the rest of the script. So add 1 person to your database every single day. And give away 1 referral every day. I didn't say get, I said give a referral every day. Talk to people, find out what they do. Ask them if they're accepting new clients. Ask them if you had a referral for them, would they want you to call them with that referral? And then when I'm having a conversation with Mark, part of my conversation could be, hey, Mark, by the way, are you still working as a CPA at blank, blank, blank accounting firm? Mark says, yes, cool. I've got somebody who's looking for a great accountant. Can I email you their information? Now, if I'm giving away 1 referral every single day, what's going to happen?
Gonna get it back.
Going to get it back. Going to get it back. 100%. Going to give it back. Matter of fact, Eddie, if I'm on a 36 touch with you and I'm calling you once every 3 months, and every time I call you, I give you a referral, and you see the phone ring and it says John Dietz, are you excited to get my call?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I've given you 4 referrals, I've made 4 deposits, which means now I can make a withdrawal. And I could simply ask, hey, Eddie, by the way, just out of curiosity, if you knew of somebody that was going to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, would you refer them to me?
Most definitely.
Absolutely. Cool. Just out of curiosity, who do you know? Now, he's looking for somebody because he wants to return the favor. I've given him 4 referrals, and he wants to give me a referral. All right, so the purpose of every single call is to build a relationship. My focus is to get at least 1 appointment a day with someone who's thinking of selling their home or thinking of buying a home. Adding 1 person to my database every single day. and give away 3 referrals every single day. Now, if I were looking for listings today, I would do 3 things. I would work my database, I would work my relationships. And every single time I have a conversation with somebody in my database, it would include, hey, by the way, Angel, who do you know that's thinking of selling their home? I'm going to be specific. I'm looking for sellers. I'm not looking for buyers. That's not a script. That's me talking to you guys. However, when I'm talking to Angel, just out of curiosity, who do you know that's looking to sell their house? So every single day I'm going to work my database to find seller listings. I'm going to farm. I'm going to pick 2 or 3 neighborhoods, 4 or 5 neighborhoods that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to do a 12 by 12, which means 12 contacts in 12 months. I'm going to send something to their mailbox once a month. In addition to that, I'm going to knock doors, the neighborhood once a month. I'm going to send out just sold postcards to everybody in that neighborhood every time a property sold. It doesn't have to be your listing. The postcard says a home in your neighborhood recently sold. And then I'm going to call everybody in the neighborhood and I'm going to circle prospect. Mark, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty. And the reason for my call today is a home in your neighborhood recently sold, which is great news. Our challenge now is there are still buyers who are looking for great homes like yours. And just out of curiosity, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? Now, if I did this in 3 neighborhoods in my market every single month, and I sent a just sold postcard every time a home sold, and then I followed it up with a phone call, am I going to get listings?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I am. Then if I go knock on the doors, after a while, I'm calling people who know me. I'm developing relationships. These people are friends. When they think of real estate, who do you think they think of?
You.
Me. I'm creating top of mind awareness. Now, the last thing I would do today is remember there's 3 things. The third thing that I would do in order to find seller listings today is I would call for sell by owners, I would call expired, and I would call expired listings. If I did those 3 things, I'm going to hit my listing goal. Whatever my listing goal is, I'm hitting it. All right, guys, take yourself off mute and talk to me. Michael, it's great to see you back on the call. I'm glad that you are home and hopefully on the mend, feeling better.
I'm feeling a bit better. I was just thinking as I was listening to you, it's like I feel a little fragile today, but we'll see when I get to go see a cardiologist later this week.
Yeah, you're in my thoughts, buddy. You're in my prayers. Reach out to me if there's anything I could do for you. All right, guys, take yourself off mute. Talk to me. What did you hear? What are your ahas? What are you going to do different? Nothing?
So I have a question.
Yes, Angel.
So I love the idea of sending the postcard when a home sells in a neighborhood you want to farm.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you get the picture. I know it's the copyright infringement to lift it off of MLS. So what picture are you sending on the postcard? Is
Oh,
it
that's so good. I'm branding me and I'm branding my contact information. It's a generic postcard that simply says a home in your neighborhood recently sold.
Okay.
You could order 10,000 postcards, Angel, because you're not creating a new postcard for every home that sells. It's the same postcard that's going out every single time.
Okay. How do you fill the space? What is it, just a generic house?
So you fill the space with large print, number 1, and the message is a home in your neighborhood recently sold. Great news. The market is hot, and there are still buyers looking for great homes like yours. If you know of anybody looking to buy a home, contact me. If you know of anybody in your neighborhood interested in selling their home, contact me. If you want an updated market analysis on your property, if you'd like to know what your home would sell for in today's market, contact me.
Awesome, thank you.
You got
Can I
it.
possibly make a suggestion on that?
Sure, please.
You could go to, in our case, Broward County Property Appraiser, and do a aerial map of that neighborhood and put the property, we'll highlight the property that was sold. People have a tendency to hold on to that card a little bit more to try and see whose house that is or where their house is connected to it. So do a screenshot of like the map of that, that house is done. And now our new service is at the MSP or the Michael whatever. You can just go ahead and send them that photo. Sorry. And they'll make that card with that stuff.
Okay.
Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So
Michael's
yeah,
right.
yeah, and absolutely, you could do that, and you could still do a generic card that's good that you could send out anytime a home sells.
Yeah, I like that.
So it doesn't have to have a picture at all, just how a home recently sold.
Yeah, yeah, and it's your brand, your contact information.
Or if you're farming a certain area, it could be of that community. It doesn't have to, it all depends on, you know, or if you know you're doing a certain condominium building, it could be of that building. It doesn't have to be, it can be just, but if you want to invest for the long term and you're not going to be in that neighborhood, like John says, more generic, you get more boom for your buck.
Cool. And guys, I'm going to wrap this up because it's 8:31.
Save the chat.
Thank you. Don't overthink this. Success is simple.
Right.
Don't overthink this. Send a postcard, walk the neighborhood and knock on every door, call everybody in the neighborhood. Simple enough. Don't overthink this.
I have an aha.
Talk to me.
So
Hi, Tamika.
Hi. I've been actually doing that, door knocking every Saturday, and just knowing the neighbors by name, knowing the dogs. Now that I'm, I'll revisit the same neighborhood. They're like, "Hi, Tamika. What's shaking?"
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to close with a story today. How many of you know my duck story? Raise your hand if you know my duck story. Michael Topo does. Monica's walking through the house and she says, "I do." So every day I walk. And Tamika, your hand is raised. I promise to come back to you before we're finished. Every day I walk. And part of the walk that I do is on a golf course in a neighborhood that's close to where I live. And every day these ducks come running up to me, quack, quack, quack. Now, when I say every day, I mean every day for the last 2 years. And I've never fed them. And yet every day they come up to me, running up to me, literally running. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Quack, quack, quack. What are they saying when they're quacking?
Feed me.
Feed me.
Feed me, feed me. And what is that called? Lead generation.
Prospecting.
Now, prospecting. Now here's the interesting thing. If you called one person every single day for 2 years and they said no every single time, would you keep calling them? Most people wouldn't. I wouldn't. But yet these ducks come up to me every single day. Quack, quack, quack. Feed me. And I haven't fed them one time. And I realized one day as I was walking, I'm like, you know what? They're successful. They're getting fed. And they're not getting fed because they come up to me and quack every single day. They're getting fed because they don't allow the rejection, my rejection, to cause them not to go to the next person. Quack, quack, quack. And if that person rejects them, then they just go to the next person. Quack, quack, quack. And if they get rejected again, they go to the next person. Quack, quack, quack. And eventually somebody feeds them. And because they're persistent in the activity, they're successful. And I'm thinking, holy cow. I'm having this aha as I'm walking down the street. I'm thinking, wow, this is incredible. If I could just teach my real estate agents to work like ducks, how much more successful would they be? If we could think like ducks and reject rejection. and not allow no to stop us, how much more successful would we be? Just be a duck. And get on the phone today and quack until somebody feeds you.
The next book, John.
That's my next book.
Just be a duck.
Quackers by John Dietz.
That's it.
Quack until somebody feeds you. Real estate success.
I love it. I love it. To me,
Back your way to success.
Alex says I need to get on stage at Mega Camp and share that story. Now, here's the funniest part about what Alex says. He says, you'll quack them up.
I saw that. That was awesome.
Guys, I have a sense of humor. I love it. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
John,
Take it easy, Deeds.
Thank you.
All right. I did. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you, Victoria. See you tomorrow morning. Remember, we're still on. Even with Mega Camp, I will be here every day at 8 a.m. I almost said 8:30. Every day at 8 a.m. All right, guys, make it a great day.
Thank you.
See you, Mika.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.